I want to know about the making of this song.
I remember I was sitting in a car. I was taking a picture of myself. I was like, man, I said, if I was a bad, I want to too. Like, and it just came out. Like,
that's so good. Welcome to Straight to Cam, a Wave original presented by Allstate. I'm your host, Cam Brink, and I'm sitting here with my god sister, friend, a mom, a businesswoman, content creator, and the co-host with the most, Sidel Curry Lee. Hype me up then. And not that you need an introduction, but we have the W's very own Cameron Brink. She's supermodel, or actually, no. I'm going to say supermodel. You can if you want. Superstar, model, fiance, our fashion mogul, daughter, and one of my closest friends, Cam Brink here. Love you to death. I love you too. And we've known each other for our whole lives, so of course we would do a show together. On Straight to Cam, we like to talk about pretty much any and everything. Dating, basketball, sports, trending topics. Sometimes my birth experiences come up in here randomly for whatever reason, but nothing is off limits and we just kind of talk about it all. And we have a really amazing episode for you all in store. Today's episode, we're talking about Cam's favorite song, Slut Me Out Too, getting suspended in middle school, and Cam's future stylist. And we also have guests. He's been sitting here for a while. We're getting around. We also have guests, and I'm not even kidding you. I'm so excited for today. One of my favorite pregame artists, NLE Choppa.
Thank you.
This has been a making. Like, this has been a what's it manifestation type situation. No, literally. For real. Like, for real. First or second episode we're recording. Yeah. Cam was like, I want NLE on. And I'm not even gonna front, like, I am an old head. But actually, I was like, I've seen you around, but I'm like, I don't know if I know his music. And then as we were prepping for you, I'm like, oh. It's everywhere. I know his music. Like, it's literally everywhere.
Like, sometimes you don't know the person, you just know the song.
Well, that's the thing. Like, this is kind of a running joke that we're trying not to, like, make fun of Cam about. But, like, you know, all these old school songs and stuff, I'm like, you don't know. I'm taking that place now with her. Like, she's like, oh, I know the songs, I just don't know who sings them. I'm like, oh, same. I know who you are. I know. He's been music. In like, it's like you are always at the top of the charts, and I feel like you wear so many hats, and you've been dominating the rap game. And some of my favorites, Shot of Flow. Actually, my favorite is Slut Me Out Too, by far. And you act, you model, and design your own clothing line. It's like, what do you not do? Yeah. And we're just so excited.
Thank you. I'm excited too. Thank you for the introduction as well. I appreciate it.
Before we get started, do you go by Bryson or NL?
Y'all could call me Bryson today. It's cool.
I feel weird saying that. Before we started, he said that his family and friends call him Bryson, so we're fam and friends.
For sure.
I feel like I still want to say NLE though. Yeah, for sure. It makes me sound cooler. Yeah. So we're going to start this episode with our Straight to Cam confessionals. This is basically just how we pregame the show and start our yap. So do you want to go first? I'll go first. It's a little big back of me, but you know, I am no shame to the big back life. I bring my own popcorn salt to the movies. Like, I have my little purse and I have like a special popcorn salt. I get it off of, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say Amazon because I know we're not supposed to be talking about Amazon. Though. I'm sorry, but it's on Amazon. And it's like this special popcorn salt butter. And I like will pull out of my purse as they're scooping my popcorn. I'm like, can you stop right there? Sprinkle my little thing in. And then have them keep going. And they always look at me like, is she for real? Like, what is she doing? But you know, I feel like I've tried it popcorn before, and it's really good. And I have no. It's fire. I get it from my brothers and my dad every Christmas. Like, you know, that's my little. It's your signature thing. Yes, my thing. Yeah,
it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's real chill this week. Yeah. Last week it was a little different. Yeah, they really vary week to week. Yeah. Mine is about music. I'm weird. People think I'm crazy. I don't make playlists, so I only go through like what I favorite. And I'll cue things. But I've probably only made like 2 playlists my whole life.
Okay. I don't think I'm too much of a playlist person.
You don't make playlists either? If he doesn't make playlists. I'm always curious. Like, I've never actually got to sit down with an artist and like talk about like how they ingest your music that you listen to. And so how does that work? Like when you're listening to music, how do you decide? Is it just like randomly, I just want to listen to this artist this today?
It's funny you say that, because I think one of my confessions is like, I love and yearn like peace when I listen to music. So like, I feel like a lot of people want to know that I listen to like Sade in my free time and like a lot of Bob Marley and like Tina Turner, like just different things that expand the palette. And then not really rap music. I don't listen to rap unless it's really me. So
how often do you listen to yourself?
Like all day. That's all I listen to. So if I'm listening to something other than like music that get me to a peaceful state, I listen to like MJ, I go to Prince, I go to Sade, I go to all these different artists. If it's not them, it's me.
One of me and my husband's favorite thing to do is like when we listen to rap is try to see like where they sample the songs. And some of our favorite rap songs are songs that are sampled from like the old school hits and stuff like that. He has a full playlist.
I love sampling.
Yeah.
I love sampling for sure. That's where a lot of the sample inspiration come from. Just discovering new music, things that align with the soul, for sure.
That's cool.
I heard or I saw you say this before like a show, you listen to Sade, which I think for like when you go out and like go on the runway, you listen to Sade.
Sade, man, she calms me down. I love Sade. I wish I could meet her. Sade. I need to catch a show. I feel like that's like
you could easily meet her. Oh my God.
Is she going tour?
I don't know. I was looking up dates this year. I didn't see any for this year. I literally was planning on it.
Let's go.
Yeah. If we find one, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm so down.
For sure.
Cool.
I want to come watch you first. Though.
For real. Like, that's
we'll be like,
first. Your biggest. Sade.
Your crowds seem insane, too. Like, people... Obviously, they go insane, but I wish I could just be in the mosh pit once. Maybe when my knees completely healthy. Yeah, ever want to be like in the front?
Man,
like, I would want to do it once.
It's funny, like when
when
I do the mosh pits, like at the shows, when I tell like, all right, like open up a mosh pit, you would see so many people in the crowd be like, oh no, like so many people they be like, no. It mainly be the women too. They be like, no. They be like, no. Like my last show. It was a college show at Ohio State, was it? Man, I looked in the crowd and I was like, for this song I need a mosh pit, and like everyone in the front row like was like, no.
we got a good spot.
Yeah,
We don't want to move.
Wait.
I didn't even do it. I told them they opened it up wide and I told them close it back.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
really considerate.
That's
so considerate.
I bet like people are small.
Yeah.
I could see. Duh, no shit, Cameron. No, but like my whole life, I've always been able to see over crowds. It's not like, and I do. It's scary if you're a petite woman or you can be a petite guy.
Do you ever feel bad, like if you're at a function or somewhere seated and you just like you're walking down to your seat and you see the short people that are sitting behind you and you're like, God, I hate to do this to them.
I do, but at the same time I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. Like in team huddles though, that's when you need to like let the guards go in front of you. Like when they need to see the play more than I do. I'll just be like, why are we running?
It's funny you say short people. I feel like everyone is short compared to you. It's like,
well, I taught like you're not short.
You're not short.
All.
I think every time I see you, you have heels on. That's what kind of like elevates it. I'm like, yo.
Why can't men wear like more like platform shoes and like that should be
I'm not gonna lie, it's these Balenciaga Crocs that they just recently did. It gives you like an extra boost for sure.
Yeah. There are a few people that wear platform shoes, but you can't tell that they're platform. Like the way that their design is like sneaky.
Oh no, I just hate to lie. I just feel like if I'm 6'3" with shoes on, then it's like I'm on a date or something, and I get back to the crib, I'm 5'11". I feel like that's kind of like lying. I ain't gonna lie.
You know how people be like, take the girls swimming on the first date to see if they actually look like. Make the man take his shoes off.
Yeah, I feel like in my home we take shoes off at the door. So we need to talk about how we met. We were at Stefan's gentleman cut party. He came out with a new whiskey. And I don't know how long you were there for. It was like perfect timing because we both left at the same time. And I was leaving because our moms were tired and our feet were hurting. So thank God for our shoes being uncomfortable because I kind of walked out before you did.
Yeah.
And then I think your publicist came up to me, she was like, do you know NLE? I was like, hell yeah, I know NLE. And then I just remember like acting really nerdy and awkward, but I was wondering. I was awkward. I was awkward.
No.
But I just like, I want to know, what was your first impression of me in that moment?
My first impression, I'm not gonna lie, it has to be like, you were towering. Like, it was like you were towering over me. I was like, yo, she's so tall. But I knew you, and I was like, I'm always like in support. Like, I've always been in support. I'm a big fan of just women's basketball, and I'm loving the evolution of it. So I've always been in support from that standpoint. And, so those were the two first impressions. It was like you was towering, but also like, I've seen her, I watched her. So
that like made my whole week. I'm not gonna lie, made my whole week. And then I do remember I was extra tall that night. I think I was wearing like 4-inch boots. So without the heels, I promise, like I'm more normal.
You're not normal size.
Maybe I'm not normal, and that's fine.
Which is fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you're always gonna be tall, like one of the tallest.
I just gotta get used to it. I definitely like forget how tall I am. I
For
swear.
real?
Yes, like I'm around people, and I'm around a lot of tall people because basketball players, but when I get around people that are just not my height, I forget that like people see me that way.
Yeah.
Weird.
When you guys lived in Amsterdam, how old were you?
I was like 8 to 13.
Yeah.
I lived there for 3 years.
And you were like 5'11". Like you were super tall at that age.
Do you feel like it's been like, was this something you had to adjust to, or like
living overseas?
No, like some people feel like, if they're tall or something, it's like it'll bother them, or if some people feel they're too short, it'll bother them.
Yeah. No, it definitely bothered me. I hated being tall. I feel like it's something that not just girls, but guys too. I know a lot of guys that don't like their height at a young age. And then it's something you like have to grow into. Now I would not change it for the world because I think it makes me unique and I stand out and everything. For sure. But I just felt so awkward.
How was those conversations? Like your mom had to pull you to the side a lot and be like, listen.
Yeah. No, you met my mom. You saw my mom. Yeah. She's like, I'm a little bit taller than her. And she would always just try to like remind me to stand up straight. Like she would always be like, stand up straight.
Own it.
Yeah, own it. Yeah. So that's a good question. I would just say like you get used to it and you find someone that's tall enough.
That's
that
dope.
Works. I've dated people that are shorter. I've dated people that are taller, but my mom always told me to not let it affect like any part of my life. So yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. That's real dope.
Yeah.
I remember after when she came back from All Star and she was telling us about how she met you. I was like, did you have to rap some of his lyrics back to him?
I did. I remember I was like, if I was a bad bitch.
Yeah, she did. She did.
What did you think in that moment? Were you like, oh, here we go.
This white girl.
This white girl, here we go.
I like to smell the flowers when I'm here. So it's like, I'm always in gratitude. No one can be like overly like supportive to me. I feel like, I'm always in gratitude. It's some people that do a lot. Sometimes you just be like, well, that was a lot to digest, but it's like I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. I feel like we both was excited to see each other, so it was like we bounced off each other well. It was good.
Were you wearing a Celine sweater?
Yeah,
it was really cute. Remember. And then I went to Paris after that, and then I got a Celine sweater.
For real, I can't even remember.
NLE wore a Celine sweater, so I went and got a Celine.
Whatever NLE wears. Oh my god.
Okay, so I want to know about the making of this song, though.
Yeah.
Like, what was the process behind it? What is your meaning behind it? Are you pushing like a different kind of gender dynamic? Like, you're the prize? Like, what's the...
So, I mean, the whole origin of the song being made was like, I was dealing with something back home. I had lost a friend to gun violence.
Sorry.
And like a lot of the music where my fans wanted to hear from me was like in promotion of gun violence. It was like, you know how it is. Rappers, they want to hear shoot 'em up, bang, 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 sell drugs, fuck, jury. Like, and I just wasn't in a space for that artistically. So it's crazy. I sat down and I was figuring out ways to channel my artistic expression in a different manner. I remember I was sitting in a car and I was just looking and I was taking a picture of myself and I was in the sense of trying to figure out what I wanted to do next. And I took a picture and after I took the picture, I just looked at it and I was in the car amongst my friends, like my guy friends. I was like, man, I said, if I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. Like, and it just came out. It was just me like
that's
just talking.
So good.
And once I said that, I said, damn, I said, that's kind of hard. I said, I got to make a song about this. So I wrote it down in my notes. And that's the only thing I wrote down was if I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. Fast forward, I stumbled across this beat someone sent me. And I was like, this the beat. This got to go with it. And I went to the studio. And then I just tried to see how ignorant I can get. And I was like, fuck me too. Suck me too. Slut me too. And it just started to just get worse and worse and worse. And it was at the same token, it got better and better and better. But it's like a confidence song.
No, yeah, for real.
Just feeling yourself, being confident, waking up, looking in the mirror and be like, I see why they love me.
Yeah. It's cool because it's like real catchy. Like I find myself randomly like I could be getting my kids ready for for school. And
Darren and Daxon.
I want to, me too. And it's like, yeah, like I like that confidence aspect of it for sure. That's cool.
It's so good. Cool. And that's immediate. Like I couldn't even like in the moment where I met you, if I hadn't had like 2 drinks, I probably wouldn't have started singing your song to you. Now I'm like, that is so embarrassing, but it just like rolls off the tongue. It is so, and it's like crazy how it just like came to you.
Yeah. It's like, dope too. Like reason why I receive it well is because when I first dropped it, it was like a lot of people didn't understand it. They were like, oh, he tripping or he's this or that. So, fast forward, people started to receive it well. And I feel like that's God showing, that, when it feels like the whole world is against something, it's still a certain percentage that appreciate it. So whenever people say it to me, I'm in love. Like every time, like it's like happens every other day. Like I was just getting Starbucks. I was trying to get a dragon fruit lemonade. And a woman saw me. Starbucks she was like, order. Ooh, if I'm a baby, I want to fuck me too. And I'm like, yo, you going to get fired. Like, she was loud as hell.
Oh, gosh.
So,
that's your order?
I received it.
At Starbucks? Like, that's your order at Starbucks?
Dragon fruit lemonade all the time.
All day?
Or a cookie. And that's
or a cookie.
You know what? The Rice Krispie treats?
I haven't tried it. I'd be curious.
They are good.
Oh, my gosh. They're so good. Probably the best I've ever had.
I'm not going to lie. Since I was young, I can only eat Rice Krispies in a certain way. So, at the end of the year, school, you had those parties. And when I was little, somebody had a Rice Krispie treat, and they used to put icing on top and then put sprinkles.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So
like a homemade Rice Krispie?
No, they'll get there, take the Rice Krispie treat out the wrapper,
from the wrapper,
and then put the icing and the sprinkles on top.
That sounds so good.
It's real good.
Okay, wait. So you brought up school.
Yeah.
I kind of went down the rabbit hole of like YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. I looked up NLE funny moments.
Yeah.
And it was like compilations of you just being funny in school. Like you were like the class clown.
Yeah.
And I just love that. I'm like, I wish I could have went to school with you.
I'm gonna tell you what. Like I'm not gonna lie. I was really I hated going to school. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. School just wasn't really for me. And I was smart. I'm still smart to this day, but just sitting there, hour, next class, hour, it just was tiring. And then waking up, having to walk to the bus stop. It's a 10-hour day for 5 days in a row. And then when you still go home over the weekend, you still got to work.
Yeah.
It's like, it's literally 70 hours a week.
You just took him back to high school and he's like, I hate it.
Sorry. But it was good. Like you probably had to be funny and have fun with it to get by.
Yeah.
I had to.
Like I cope with humor too. Like you just have to get through it and make other people laugh and smile. Like I could tell in all the videos, everyone like loves him because they just know that like he's gonna bring the vibes for the day.
Yeah.
I went to class with people like that even in college. It makes all the difference.
You were just as important as the school material as a person.
Yes.
Getting your friends through school, like, you getting through school, like being the class clown was just as important.
I was really like the sacrifice because I was sacrificing me staying in school just for my enjoyment and everybody else's enjoyment. Like I'd be the one get suspended and I have to come back to school 10 days, 5 days later. They be like, we miss you. I'm like, yeah, let's run it back. I'm gonna get suspended again. Like I'm bringing the light to the room.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. My mom once gave me in-school suspension. My mom went to school, a Montessori school for 28 years. And me and my cousin, like it was basically a family run thing. Like all my cousins was in my class. Anyways, me and my cousin and one of my best friends got in-school suspension. For bullying. We were not bullying. So you just said suspended and that just took me back. But it was the best day ever. My grandma was the cook. And so she made us chicken nuggets. We had Pepsi. It was the best day ever. But
I have a crazy school story. In middle school, a kid like tried to stab me with a pair of scissors.
For real?
We need names, addresses.
That's crazy.
I'm dead ass.
That's crazy. I tried to do the same thing to somebody. That's so crazy.
Damn. Yeah. Wait, why?
I'm not gonna lie. I was bad.
You just didn't want to be there.
Let's
bad. Spice it up. It's a boring day.
I wouldn't stop talking. I think that's why this kid got frustrated with me. And he was like, "If you don't shut up, I'm gonna do something." I was like, "Bitch, make me!" And he got me with a pair of scissors. And the police came. It was crazy. I went to a sus middle school
in Oregon.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
what part of Oregon?
Beaverton. Have you been to Nike headquarters?
How far from Portland?
30 minutes. Really
okay.
Close.
That kind of makes sense.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little wild.
Like in that, I've heard some stories about like Oregon. I think it has something to do with like the sun.
The sun?
Because there's no sun.
It's gloomy.
It's very gloomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really
there's a lot of.
So I can imagine him like poking some scissors, then hopping out the window. That like makes sense for Oregon.
You were his 13th reason.
If you're watching this, sorry. I was fine.
Don't apologize. He tried to.
It was just a scratch.
Yo, it's funny you said ISS because like, you know, in school, it's like 4 quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in ISS for a whole quarter.
Oh my God.
Like 25 days.
What were you doing?
How long is a quarter? How long is a quarter of school?
So you're in school from like August to
like 10 weeks.
May. 3.5 months?
Yeah.
A quarter is like 9 weeks.
Yeah, I was in ISS for a whole quarter.
You must have
by yourself or with
really
a bunch of people?
I was, it's crazy. Mine was for bullying. That's crazy, bro. But I was not bullying. I wasn't bullying.
We never are. We never are.
You seem like too kind.
Somebody's setting us up.
No, the guy that told and said I was bullying him, in reality, he was really fucking with me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and when, he would bark up the tree and then he couldn't handle the tree.
That's how it always is.
Dish it out, but can't take it.
But he got ISS too. We was in ISS all together. He
seemed like a little club, like Breakfast Club. I knew that reference. Fucker. They bully me for not knowing. They're old.
We're old. Yeah, we are old.
Also, I did not realize we stalked you before this. You're 22.
Yeah, 22.
We stalked you.
I did. I stalked.
Yeah.
That's
why when I saw your heel, I was like, 22.
When's your birthday?
November 1st.
Scorpio.
Yep. Yeah, every time I say it, people start to get worried.
I'm a year older than you.
I literally always say Scorpio men, they scare me. But actually, so far, I like you.
Yeah, that's what's
You're cool.
You just like, it's a homie.
You're changing it. You're changing the whole face of the Scorpio men.
Good job.
Every time I say I'm a Scorpio, they be like, "Oh my, are you okay?" Like, I'm like, bro, what? You're good, right?
You're good.
I'm like, what?
What was the worst thing you did?
I'm not gonna lie. I slapped somebody with a condom.
You slapped someone with a condom?
I think that's one of the worst. I also grabbed scissors and I cut this girl hair. I cut some of her hair. That was elementary school though, so.
That's different.
The condom slapping was in middle school. I was in 6th grade. Was
it like full of anything?
I pulled somebody's pants down. Oh yeah. When you talking about with the coach? I don't remember that one. I always got into fights. And then the boy that snitched on me and got us ISS, when we was in ISS, we had to go take a restroom break. And I was in the stall, he was in the stall next to me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, kinda peed on his leg and his shoes. God. I'm not gonna lie, like I was putrid. I was like one of those badass little kids you would not want to babysit or nothing because I just do stuff and like I'll fuck with you.
I'm dying.
I'm way more mature now.
Straight to Cam is presented by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Just like how you should check your calendar for those important birthdays and anniversaries before you buy the playoff tickets and realize it's your anniversary.
And you always want to check your wallet to make sure you have the tickets before you get all dressed up and ready with your friends, just to show up to the game and realize you left the tickets at home.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Okay, so you were the king of side quests. You're doing all types of things, not just music. And you just recently walked in a show. You did the D2 show with Naomi Campbell and Doechii, which is, that was your first show?
Oh, it's my second. I walked for Off-White, and then I walked, I think about a year later for D2.
Okay,
That's
like
so
that's
it's iconic,
bucket
really.
list there. What was that like?
It was dope, man. It was real dope. First and foremost, shout out to D2, Dean and Dan. The whole show was one of the greatest fashion shows I've seen. There's 2 people that I got in my book. Well, 3. So Kenzo, they had a great fashion show. D2 was great, and I was a part of it. And Kid Super. So those are my top 3 right now. And D2 for sure is like no order. That sure was like, you know, it was beautiful. It was dope.
I have a technical question because I was watching it and you ripped the shirt. How? I've never ripped a shirt before.
I was going to ask about that.
How hard was that?
I mean, it wasn't too hard. I think the shirt was like the material called sheer.
Okay.
It's kind of sheer. It was like real light. But you know how some things be like, you can be like, yeah, I can rip that. And then like you can't rip it. See, I was kind of scared that was going to happen because
the anxiety that I had watching you, I'm like, oh no, please rip.
You did it so. And it was like slow.
Yeah. That's cool.
It was so, I still watch clips back from that show and you killed it.
Thank you.
Like you owned it. I feel like my TikTok is like compilations of models like walking and like,
for real?
I love that stuff.
I can't wait to see you.
Man, me neither. I'm so excited.
I would love to walk in.
You for sure got it.
So excited
That's like
to see
a dream
you
of
walk.
mine.
Oh, I'm working on a clothing line. So, you know, I'm planning to have a fashion show.
That would be so cool.
Maybe I get some measurements and make it custom.
You love fashion. And I love that like you're the king of side quests. You truly are. Like you literally do everything. But yeah, I love that show. And then something else I thought was so cute was at the end, everyone kind of like came together and there was this TikTok. It was like NLE's just living his best life. It was like you just smiling ear to ear.
Yeah.
And you just looked like you were having such a good time. Like you just looked like you were in your element. And it was so cool to see.
I mean, when you pray for certain things and then it comes,
absolutely.
Like, you know, sometimes I'm just like trying to take it all in, you know, just be grateful. And sometimes I don't even smile. I just be like, damn, I'm here. So like, you know, it's just gratitude towards my prayers. God hears it all, man. So I'm thankful.
That's really cool.
That's so real. That's so real.
You were also spotted at New York Fashion Week with Madonna. Who actually
and did.
Oh my God. I'm actually like speechless about that. What was her hairstylist actually did my hair for a shoot the other day, and my hair has never been so snatched before.
I mean, it's Madonna's hairstylist.
No, he was so good. But what would you say your first impression of her was?
How chill she was, for real. You know, I didn't want to. I'm always a person like I don't want to bombard or like intrude. So when I seen her, I was just like, I give off sometimes when I meet someone I want to meet, I kind of give off like timid, but not like scared, but just like more so like preserved, because I never want to like rub them wrong or be like a burden. So I kind of just sat down close near her, and I was like, hey, just let me know when she wants to meet me. If she don't want to meet me, it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so sweet.
You know, but you know, just seeing her was enough. And then she made her way around and she gave me a hug, and it was dope. And we talked, you know, so.
She seems very down to earth too.
Both true artists.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
Really, really cool.
We were talking before about our kids. We have 2 kids. I got one on the way. So how's the dad life for you? How's that impacted your career and your life?
It impacted it tremendously. It's really the reason why I changed my entire life. Like, for real. I always tell people my daughter saved my life. She gave me something to genuinely live for, because I didn't understand. I was in a space to where it was like nothing, even though I had a lot. But when she was being conceived, it was like I got something to really be on this earth for. And I feel like I found purpose within her coming. So, you know, Clover, my daughter, is a gem. Chosen, that kid is hilarious. Like my son, he's hilarious.
So
bro.
cute.
And you have it on your side of the face right here. I love those names. They're beautiful.
How do you balance that? Like you're so busy doing all of your things, trying to pursue your career, especially because you're young still. You still have so much time and so much to do, and you're still. But I could tell you really want to be a present father, and you're on the road all the time. So how do you balance, you know, being there?
Man, it's about finding a rhythm. Like it's really finding a rhythm. Not gonna lie, like I do. At this point in my career, I feel like it's eventually going to change. I can say, I think like I'm still trying to find that balance to where it's like 50-50.
Sure.
I can say that I'm working more. I feel like I'm working more than I'm there a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I am there, and I also feel like being a parent isn't always about the present. It's most important for sure, but it's also about what you do in your absence when you're not there.
Absolutely.
Making sure things are still getting done, making sure they're still taken care of. So like 24/7, I'm a parent, but when it comes to presence, I'm trying to get the presence 50-50. But
it's hard.
Because you still got to provide, you know.
And then the word balance, I actually kind of hate because there's like it's not possible to balance it all, because sometimes in life there's seasons. So some seasons it's a little chiller, so you have more time, and other seasons you got to keep going. But at the end of the day, everything you do is for your kids. So therefore, like you said, you're always there for them in one way or another. So that's so real. Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know how I'm gonna balance. I have so much respect and admiration for you both, because it's hard enough to navigate your own life on its own, and then adding in a layer of having to take care of other human beings is stressful.
It changes your whole like mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say like brain chemistry. Like, you honestly seem like I wouldn't have expected you to be like as mellow, and like it seems like you're really self-aware, and like I feel like probably parenthood helped you kind of tap into that aspect of yourself.
For sure, it grew me up. Like it grew me up a lot. It grew me up. I think you would be a great mom. For sure.
That is so nice.
I mean, you have.
And I'm sorry, something is telling me you're gonna have like a baby boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So my fiance is one of 3 boys.
For
so
real?
I don't know if that has anything to do with like. I feel like that means we'll have boys. I want 4 kids, but it's just hard. Like I don't know when I'll start having kids to balance like with basketball, because I want to play for as long as possible. And I feel like a lot of people talk about how short people's careers are in the W. Like the average career span is 3 years, but there's a lot of women that have played up to 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. So I want to see how long I can play, but I just don't know how to like.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23?
Yeah.
Oh, you got plenty of years. Plenty of time.
But yeah,
at least a good 7 years.
Yeah, right.
A good 7 years.
I'll wait until I'm like
not
30.
the career part, but like before you should be like open and like.
But I'm gonna freeze my eggs, all of that stuff. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be hard. I mean, a lot of players like use surrogates, and I'm like, maybe I look into that. Who knows? But that means a lot that you say that, because I feel like my main purpose is to be a mom.
Yeah, I get nurturing energy from you, like care. You care, so that's the main thing kids need. You know, I used to always think it was about financial stability, but it's really about the care. Don't get me wrong, financial stability is important. But like, you know, the care is what they need the most, and care comes with just being there.
I mean, she has a really great role model, like her mom. I don't know if you met her at the...
Yeah.
You saw her, for sure. She was taking photos, but she was like proud mom.
She was excited,
yeah. No, she's amazing. So you'll be a wonderful mom.
Thank you. Well, still speaking of parents, I know you're really close with your parents. And I think I met your parents that night.
My mom was...
I know, your mom was just over there. And she's like the sweetest.
Yes, she is.
So I love that you have a close relationship with them. What do you think like was the hardest song to show them, or has that ever been like a thing that was hard for you to like show them your music at one point?
First and foremost, when I started to make music, it was around 14. So I was always like cursing and like just bad. And I'm like, Dad, listen to this. And I played for him. He was like, just wish you wasn't cursing, but yeah.
It's good.
And I'm like, Dad, I had to talk when I was talking. I'm like, man, listen, Kids Bop don't make money, man. I'm trying to be. I'm just like, I had to break it. I'm like, bro, Kids Bop not gonna do it, Pop. I want to be this. He like, okay, but you can still do it without cursing. I'm like, I figure it out. But I go to the studio and just keep cursing. And that was like my first experience with my dad. And then like my most memorable experience with my mom is when I made the first Let Me Out. And I was like, she's gonna trip off this song. And then like when I played it for her, she was like, yeah, I love it. Let me out, yeah. And it was just like, she was a huge supporter. She used to wear, I had merch.
I need merch.
Slut Me Out. And the shirt literally says Slut Me Out. She wears it everywhere. She wore it on a plane.
It's probably like her comfort shirt.
Yeah.
She's dancing over there.
You're the best.
And this guy was like, this guy was reading her shirt on a plane in first class. It was like a middle-aged, like an older white guy. He was like, slut me out, huh? And he was just like, yeah. He took liking to Mom because he felt like she was just, I guess, his match.
With the shit.
Yeah. It intrigued her shirt for sure intrigued him.
Okay, I also need to ask, I've seen so many like amazing clips of your parents on stage with you. Yeah. And it like makes me smile so hard because I'm like, I would love to do that.
A family
with
event.
My mom and dad.
It's so fun.
It's probably such a special moment.
Yeah, it is, man. Just being able to have them alongside the journey,
just
shows. And like it's dope. Like every show is special. It's never something to get tired of, you know. So it's dope. And they be ready.
So they were matching your energy for sure.
You have a new film coming out which looks so fire called Black Heat. Is this your first acting like role?
Yeah, pretty much my first full-length film that'll be in theaters for sure.
That's insane.
Now I did like some short films on YouTube.
Congrats.
It looks
that's amazing.
So cool.
Thanks.
Definitely like something that's I feel like gonna get a lot of eyes just because of the content behind what it's about. And there's a fight scene in the trailer. So obviously we haven't seen the movie yet, but I see some fighting going on. Yeah. Are you doing those stunts?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you.
That's me.
That's crazy.
Kicking ass.
What was that? Period. What was that like?
It was dope. It was dope, man. Literally, it's like choreography. Had to learn to fight choreography. It's just like dancing. It's one big dance. Had to be slammed against concrete.
Oh, God.
like
scars. Yep, I had scars. All that stuff because we was fighting. At a certain point, we was fighting at the bottom of a pool. So an empty pool. It was real dope. Yeah.
And then there's a song. You have a song coming out in there as well. Did the song come first or the song come after?
I made it after the film.
Okay.
So they wanted like a song to be like a leading song for the film.
Okay, that's cool.
I can't wait to watch that.
It's gonna be real
in the
dope.
movies with my popcorn salt.
Are y'all coming to the premiere?
I would love to. When is it?
So the premiere is today, but the movie comes out on the 28th.
It was this month, like the movie premieres this month.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Not us getting invited to premiere today.
I'm sorry,
I don't have my popcorn salt.
No, oh my gosh. We're just happy to be here with you now. This is a blast.
So now that you've dipped your toe, though, not dipped, you took a full cannonball into the like movie.
Yeah. Who's
your dream co-star?
Denzel, of course. Like Denzel Washington, having him and me in the film, man, I think that's like a lot.
I mean,
and Will
you could do
it. For real, like you've already walked the runway with Naomi Campbell and Doechii. For sure, Denzel is like right there.
Yeah, man.
That's so cool. Manifestation.
He was great in Gladiator.
He was. I seen.
I really like that.
I like them. Was it John Q?
Yo, that's a great movie.
That's one of my favorite movies. So good.
Training Day, I think, is one of my favorites. Yep.
That's totally within reach for you, though. There's no, you could totally do that. Okay, this will be a fun game. We're going to be asking, what would NLE do?
Okay.
First, you have the opportunity to go on tour with anyone dead or alive.
Easy money.
Who would you say?
Michael Jackson, me, and Tupac. It'd be a 3-leg tour.
Sad.
I would open for those guys.
You would open for it? You would be with them. You would be on stage with them.
Yeah, I would open for them just to watch them perform.
Okay, that's valid.
I open and then watch their performance every night.
What's your fave MJ song?
I'm in love with this new song I discovered recently, Chicago. And he's like, man, on the way to Chicago. It's real dope.
Okay.
And of course, Billie Jean. Like off real Billie Jean. But I feel like that's a lot of people's favorite.
I like You Rock My World. it's not one of his classics, but it's something about it. Like every time I hear it, it makes me happy. You rock my world.
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay.
We always listened to Man in the Mirror growing up.
Yeah, that's dope too.
That's my favorite one.
I like watching the clips when they were making, like, where anyone does a tribute to him and he's just like, okay. Okay.
There was this video, actually, I saw this the other day. It was making me die laughing. It was Cher and him dancing.
Okay.
And Cher was like doing the robot, but then he comes in and he's just making her look like shit. Like he's like, step aside, white girl. And he's like doing spins, wraps himself up with the microphone cord, unwraps himself.
I'm talking about when he was younger.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was like, there was like the Jackson 5 and Cher. It was like a man
possessed seeing him doing that.
It was like insane.
It was too spotless. Like it was like it damn near looked faked how good he did it. It's crazy. Yes.
Do you watch Broadway shows?
Broadway shows? What like are musicals? Broadway shows?
Like musicals, plays?
Like Wicked.
Oh yeah.
There's a Michael Jackson one
like a
that
musical?
they just did. I think it's still on Broadway.
It was
really good. You should go see it.
Okay.
You also, I love watching you dance. It just seems like you don't give a fuck. You're just vibing.
Yeah.
I need that confidence. But you can dance. Mm-hmm. Do you ever like have to like choreograph stuff for concerts?
Yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of choreo. I was actually just recently working with Travis Payne, which is the guy that did a lot of the choreo from MJ towards the end of his career. So
that's cool.
Unfortunately, they were working on This Is It for a tour, and that's like, but he was with Michael like the last few years of his life, tours, country to country. So he's a real dope guy. Cool. Shout out to Travis, man. We're gonna do something. We're doing something huge. So.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, last one. You walk into a party and your ex is there, talking to your new girl. What would you do? What would NLE do?
I'm gonna say, y'all trying to start a family?
Sounds about right. He's all for peace and harmony. He's like, I'm glad you guys already know each other.
I'm glad you guys are getting to know each other.
Welcome to the club. I'm dead. You said that so nonchalantly.
What would you do, Cam, if your ex and Ben were talking to each other?
I would leave the premises.
Would you?
I would be like, you all figure that out.
Okay. You leave them, or would you leave with your current?
You
just leave?
I would just walk out.
I'm nosy as
hell. I would wait for him to get in the car because he would probably be like annoyed.
What are we talking about?
True.
I'm nosy.
They're just talking shit.
I want to know.
What would you do?
I'm going up there and I'm like, what are we talking about?
I just wouldn't want to. I would just be like, I would just Irish goodbye.
Be like this, looking back and forth.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Looking up.
What did you tell him? What does he know? Just kidding.
Okay. Gosh, we're already like ending. I'm sad. You're so fun to talk.
So cool.
I feel like people don't see this side of you as much. I mean, you do. On TikTok, I feel like you're really like yourself. And it's fun to see. But you're so fun.
It's different. Like we're literally sitting here. Like so we're all like, this is so cool. It is cool.
How many guests have y'all had?
You're our fourth.
Okay.
First guy.
Dope.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things first. It's real dope.
Period.
So this is how we end. We end on, we have some notes, and this is us just basically reacting to a viral moment.
Okay.
In the media.
Let's do it.
So do you want me to explain it, or do you want to
I can explain it. President Obama slid in Playboy Cardi's DMs to congratulate him on his new album.
No.
So one, I want to know, like, has anyone slid in your DMs and you were like, wow, this is pretty cool? And then two, if not, like, who would you be excited to get a DM from?
I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like my first time in communication with Drake was real dope. Because that like makes sense. I like grew up a huge fan, still a huge fan
for sure.
And yeah, man, I feel like that was real dope because I feel like he's one of those people that set the bar and give you something as an artist to try to beat, not in a competitive way or just like an inspirational way, like so his accolades run deep. So
for sure, I feel like he's really good at that too. Say what people want to say about him. Like he's really good at like giving props to especially newer artists, or even if they've been in the game for a while and they're doing really well. Like he's not private about how he's a fan of them. So that makes sense.
I bet you have so many cool DM exchanges, though.
I do. I have a lot of cool ones, and I have a lot of weird ones as well. But I'm appreciative of them all. Yeah, I be having people in my DM mad at me because I want to send them money and shit. I be like, bruh.
Because you want to or you don't?
Because I don't. I won't send them money.
Sure.
Like, it just be like, it be different stuff.
Me too.
I'm like, yeah, man, you're not going to help me? Like, bruh, like, what, bro? Like, I
got kids. I will help. That's always my excuse. That's always my thing. I got kids.
Hey, like, bro, I got to take care of my kids.
Me, it's my dog. I have a
dog. I have Olive.
I have a dog child.
One time, Damien, my husband, got a DM. Someone had bought Warriors tickets to go to like a Golden State Warriors game, but they booked their airline tickets for the wrong time, and they couldn't get any money back for either of them, and they asked Damien to give him money, give them money back for the Warriors tickets that they like spent money on and couldn't go to.
That is insane.
Damien was like, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's
the
actually
wildest
so
things
odd.
you get DM'd.
You get a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're up here. I'm literally on the floor compared to you, but I still get so much.
No, I can only imagine.
Nah, dudes was dropping to the ground when you got engaged in Chipotle, so
yeah,
you probably get some crazy stuff in your DM.
Those men are still in the call. I'm like, I've been engaged for a while now. Like, can we just move on?
Get some new
Find
stuff?
some other tall girl to bother. Okay, my last question is: are we going to see you at a Sparks game this summer?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Yay!
I want you to design a fit for her for her tunnel or for the tunnel.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, like, if I can get your measurements, can have you.
I have my measurements.
Do a tunnel fit.
I feel like you would look great in like
my
black.
Measurements.
Black is like my favorite color.
You
Orange
look great in black
and
for
pink.
Sure.
And yellow
and green.
And purple. And
What would it be like?
I got some in mind.
I feel like I need to like tap into dressing a little bit more androgynous, or like I've only like.
What does that word mean?
It means like masculine and feminine.
Okay.
I may be saying it wrong. I don't know. But when I think of like androgyny, I think like high fashion, like
drip.
You like a pantsuit, cargo. I never like last year. I didn't really tap into like any like. I don't like pants as much, but I'm growing. If they're long enough, I'm happy to wear them. But pants are hard to wear.
I think you got the perfect body, the height, everything to just be drip.
For anything.
For show.
I'm excited to see that.
Put that shit on. Show.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, man.
Okay, deal.
Yay.
I'll wear an NLE outfit before every game.
Cameron, sponsored by NLE.
Yes.
Yeah,
wait, what's the name of the clothing brand? Or is it secret?
Elucidative. So
wow.
It means exclusive luxury brand from the ethos. Elucidative.
Wow.
Period.
I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Jack of all trades here. You guys.
There we go.
That is a wrap of episode 10 of Straight to Cam, a Wave Original presented by Allstate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We adore you.
Thank you. I adore y'all as well.
Thank you.
Congrats again on life.
Thank you.
And yeah, congratulations to you. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to keep bothering you. So
that's fine with me.
That.
It's fine with me.
Make sure you listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast at Straight to Cam.
And as always, you can find us on all social media platforms at Straight to Cam to keep up with the best clips throughout the week.
See you next Monday.